Hello! As I've promised to my channel subscribers, now I'm going to show you how to finish this little net-shaped item. It can be used as a bag or, in my case, a wall mount basket. There are different options of finishing the item, starting from a normal birch style edging, etc. Let me show you one of the options. So I need long poles. Mine are wet. I've been keeping them moistened in a plastic bag. As for the short poles, I'm going to lengthen them while weaving. You're already familiar with this method. I'm bending each pole around the neighboring one. Here's a short pole, so I'm going to lengthen it meanwhile. I'm just inserting a new pole like this and continue weaving. The next pole, here it is a short one as well. Let's insert a new one here too. This way I refresh each pole, which is not long enough. These new poles are rather easy to insert. Continue this way up to the end of the row, lengthening the short poles. So I've reached the starting point of the row. Insert the pole into the loop and finish the row. As for these tails, I'm going to cut them off later. So I've finished the row. Let's pass on to the second one. The point of this way of finishing is that we weave a few rows applying this technique. You can weave as many rows as the pole length allows. Well, it would be perfect to change all of them in the last row, especially if the tails left are too short. However, since I had too many long poles, I've decided not to cut them, but to work like I'm currently doing. I've lengthened the poles. As for the short tails, I'm going to show you how to lengthen them neatly in the next row. So I'm weaving the second row in the same very way. So, lengthen the poles where necessary. Next to the short tail, adjoin a new pole and make the next coil with this new one. This way, adjoin and continue. The next lengthening. I'm going to cut off the excessive tails later. So far, holding the first row slightly with your fingers, continue weaving the edge. The intervals between the tubes are rather short. The edge is tight. The tubes keep each other from sliding apart. As for this short tail, I'm going to lengthen it in the next row. Continue this way. I see the tubes have gotten a bit dry. Well, I can fix it later. I've got some painted solution left. So I'm going to coat the tubes after I finish. Though you'd better make sure the tubes are wet all the time. Continue trimming the edge. Don't be distracted by these tails sticking out. I'm going to get rid of them later. The edge is rather tight, such a rigid collar. The rows are strong, the edge is dense. My poles are long enough to make a few more rows of the collar. Let me add a few words on the item edge smoothness. Here I'm going to perform a few rows more. Pay special attention to the basket edge. It has to be smooth and even all the way along. Let me show you my first attempt to compare. I did try to smoothen the edge, but I haven't succeeded much. This has made me understand that the edge smoothness is worth special attention. That's why when weaving this basket, I was trying my best to bring the top edge row as close to the base height as possible. I was gradually bringing the row close to the previous one, decreasing it. I mean, you have to adjust the row height in order to come as close to your base edge as possible. This point is worth special attention. As an option, you can trim the edge like this. If I'm not mistaken, I borrowed the idea from Alena Bugrova. I'll share the link. This option is good in case the tails are left too short. I've cut them off, dropped some school glue, and just wrapped the edge with a working tube, grabbing the last two rows. Covering all the stumps with the working tube. You can make the wrapping tighter. The only thing left is to cut the stumps. The baskets with the edges trimmed look like this. As for the handles, you can apply your imagination. Either make use of ready ones or weave them. To my mind, they look rather nice. The only thing left is to coat the stumps with the painting solution you've painted the tubes with.